Good morning from Silkeborg, Denmark, and we are at the LGT World Women's Curling Championship 2019. This is the river Gudenen, the longest river in Denmark, Silkeborg. On the banks of that river, here's the town square. A little bit damp on a Sunday morning here in Silkeborg as the locals start their day. Beautiful area in the inland of the Jutland Peninsula, the venue for the LGT World Women's Curling Championship. This is the first World Championship ever held in Denmark, and our feature game today is the United States taking on Japan. Take you inside now at the Silkeborg Sports Center. I'm Hans Fraunlob, and I'm joined by U.S. Olympic curler and Swiss Helm. Good morning to you, Annie.
Good morning, Hans. Looking forward to this great matchup. Playing lead for Team USA, Monica Walker. Playing second stones is Taylor Anderson. Playing third stones and vice skip, Sarah Anderson. And the skip for Team USA, Jamie Sinclair.
They'll be facing Team Japan at lead, Hasumi Ishiguka. Seina Nakajima is the skip, and she'll be throwing at second position. Chiaki Matsumura is at third, and throwing fourth stones, Ikui Kitazawa. Here are the standings early in the tournament. China, Germany, Japan, Korea, Russia, and the United States all at 1-0. Switzerland and Sweden split their games yesterday. They're at 1-1. Canada, Denmark, Finland, Scotland, and Latvia looking for their first win here at the Women's Worlds. Wide sweeping shot here. Beautiful little arena here in Silkeborg. Perfect venue for curling. Fans up right close to the action. As the teams now get ready for what should be an interesting game. Good starts for both teams, Anne, yesterday.
Yes, very solid starts for both of these nations.
On sheet B, we have Canada playing against Germany.
We have some of the fans here on a Sunday morning. St. Patrick's Day, a little bit of green there from the Canadian fans honoring the day. Little shamrock there, the world famous beard of Hans Madsen, curling fan extraordinaire. Let's take a look. Keep an eye on all the games for you today in session 3. On sheet A, it's Denmark taking on Russia. On sheet B, Canada versus Germany. On sheet C, China versus Finland. And our feature game is on sheet D. It's the USA versus Japan. 13 teams in this Women's World Championship as the teams exchange handshakes before the match.
The curling.
Top 6 will make the playoffs early in the tournament, Ann, but
Yeah, top 6 will make the playoffs. It's a great format, 12-game round robin, 13 countries, and for sure, 6 teams will be playing for the medal rounds, which is pretty exciting.
Japan opened their account with a win yesterday against Scotland. Played very well in that game, winning that game 10-4.
And USA won their opening match against the host nation Denmark in an extra end. They had to steal that win.
That'll get the heart started.
Yeah, it'll get you prepped for a long championship. 11 ends to open the event.
So early in the tournament, but both teams coming in here unbeaten. This Japanese team defeated Olympic bronze medalists Satsuki Fujisawa in the Japanese championship to earn the right to represent Japan here this week. And there we see the last stone draws. Japan closer on the last stone draws pre-game.
Yeah, significantly closer. Team USA didn't hit the rings.
USA lead Monica Walker gets us underway.
Yeah, and Monica had a wonderful start to her championship yesterday. Not only did she play an outstanding opening game, but she received a surprise visit from her parents.
That's pretty cool. If you're not expecting to see your folks and then they rock up in the rink in Denmark and they've come all this way to see you play, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a pretty special, special thing. And all of these athletes out here couldn't do what they do without the support of their family and friends and community.
Too right. Here's Japanese lead Hasumi Ishiguka, 22 years of age. This team is from Karizawa. Olympic City was the site of the 1998 Olympic curling event.
Yeah, and this opening end, it's pretty basic. We've got nothing fancy happening so far. I think this morning here, after the quick turnaround from last night to this morning, just trying to keep things simple.
Walker a little full with her hit. It's going to spill. Nothing in play.
Yeah, and that gives an opportunity if Team Japan's interested to try and set some offense, get some offense going with that half shot by Team USA.
Sumi Ishiguka looking to throw the corner guard. We'll run the stopwatch on this for you between the hog lines. See what the pace of the ice is like here on a Sunday morning in Silkeborg.
Yeah, and in the opening draw last night, we were seeing the first end numbers being 13, the later ends being 14.6, and now all of a sudden we've got that nice 15 seconds to a perfect corner guard.
Yeah, and if you're new to curling, that's pretty quick first out of the gate.
It's beautiful ice here in Silkeborg.
USA's second player, Taylor Anderson. New combination this year on this Jamie Sinclair rink.
Yeah, the lead, Monica Walker and skip Jamie Sinclair, and their alternate Vicky Persinger played at the Worlds last year, where they finished 4th. They had a beautiful showing, but some changes in lineup, and Jamie and Monica are back with the addition of the Anderson twins.
Center guard thrown there by Taylor Anderson, so little action brewing here in the first. We've got some guards in play. Seina Nakajima, skip of the team, throwing at the second position.
So as Rock taking its time before crossing that hog line, but you're going to see quite a bit of late movement.
Oh, very nice first up stone by Nakajima.
Yeah, beautiful curl and finish to that rock.
Squarely behind that corner guard. Here's the rules of play. 10 end games. We'll play a minimum of 6. Each team has 38 minutes of thinking time, and each team has 1 60-second timeout. Taylor Anderson being asked to deal with the corner guard. See the green light on the top of the rock indicating a legal throw. Automatic detectors at the hog line to know if the players have released it or not. Just off the rings, nice stone. Opens up the shooter. Japan with the last rock here in the first. And a chance to set up their pair. Nakajima on the outturn this time.
So the outturn for the right-handed thrower is a counterclockwise rotation.
If you've never watched this sport before, the players rotate the stones on purpose. It rotates, and that gives the stone the curl and the curve as it moves down the ice. And this one snuggling into the top blue 12-foot circle, squarely behind the corner guard. Nice brushing there by Team Japan. They lie too. Jamie Sinclair holding the target brush.
Yeah, and that's where the shooter is aiming. Lining up, sliding there. Sarah Anderson releases the rock right at the brush. Now the object of this shot is to hit the Japanese stone and roll underneath all of the guards on the other side of the rings.
Well, there's the hit, there's the roll. Just going to pop a little bit out the side.
Yeah, and that's just
Fooled
a
him a little bit.
missed sweep call by Team USA there. You know, these morning games, you got to pull the energy up right from the get-go.
Well, teams do get pre-game practice time on the ice, so they get an idea of how much the stones move. But sometimes those early ones, the down weight hits can fool you a little bit. You're anticipating it tracking a little bit maybe, and it just moves, and that seemed to catch them on that one. Good chance now for Team Japan with last rock. Take it out to the wing. Trying to get an old school deuce that way. What'd you think about going around the guards in this situation, Anne, or do you like this shot? Chiaki Matsumura throwing this one.
Well, I like getting some separation. The out shot for Team USA at this point would be those center line guards and that pile of mess. If that USA can get underneath there, Japan may have trouble getting them out. By splitting the rings, getting second count for certain, this requires USA to deal with it out on the wing. That stone came up quite a bit short, though, of where Japan really wanted it. They wanted it at the tee line, maybe even deeper into the rings. So with this now, with this higher opportunity, this is the same path that Sarah Anderson threw on her first stone, where USA rolled out.
Huge sweep by the Japanese team just to get the stone in the ring. So let's see if Sarah Anderson can stick the roll this time. There's the hit, there's the roll, and that is a beauty. Great shot by Sarah Anderson.
Yeah, you know, you never want to leave your opposition the same shot 2 times in a row. And Jamie Sinclair and company really capitalized on the knowledge they gained on the first hit and roll out and execute a really beautiful roll behind all of the guards.
There you see the red stone belonging to Team USA well behind cover.
Yeah, but it's just going to take a small run back and roll.
Yeah, maybe an outside chance if she squeaks the guard that she could even roll
on the rings.
On the rings.
That's definitely the call.
Chiaki Matsumura. Her brother Yuta skips the Japanese men's team that won the Japanese men's championship, and they'll be representing Japan at the World Men's Championship coming up, and that's a very nice shot. Beautiful. Rolls it on the piece of the rings behind the guard, makes the double takeout, and Japan lies too. Well, two back-to-back beauties.
Yeah, really excellent shots there by both teams. And with this setup, USA doesn't have a good option at a double takeout. Really can't set anything up differently than what they've got there. So they're going to try and take advantage of it. There's a long guard and a staggered set of guards, and Jamie Sinclair, skip of Team USA, is going to try and bury a stone underneath that. And, you know, at this point, she's hoping to set up a steal opportunity.
Well, the stakes are creeping higher in this first end. Started pretty wide open, but a couple of guards, a nice come around by Nakajima. Beautiful hit and roll by Sarah Anderson as Jamie Sinclair delivers, and then that fantastic double takeout by Chiaki Matsumura puts the real heat on Jamie Sinclair here. Has to get one behind cover. They're worried about the line. They're really working it hard to try and get by those Yellowstones at the top of the rings. Can they hold it? Just squeak it by. Great brushing by Team USA, and they lie one. Fantastic shot. All credit the sweepers for that one.
Yeah, incredible brushing by Monica Walker with the technique to hold the line while not killing any of the speed. From directly behind the stone, Monica Walker, Sarah Anderson, fantastic sweep.
Catching
See,
her breath.
right behind the stone, she's sweeping directly up the line, trying to hold the line and create distance.
I really thought they were feathering that top one, Annie, but they just squeaked it by, and look at that. Fully buried. Great shot.
So now it looks like Team Japan is just going to try and change up the angles on the top yellow stones.
I like this call.
Well, they really don't have much. They could play a run and try and kind of blast things a little bit, but this is a chance that they can put 3 stones on the rings and put some pressure on Team USA.
Ikue Kitasawa, 4th stone thrower for Team Japan. This is a setup shot, just trying to maneuver the stones into a position that she might be able to use on her last one, but this one is tracking a bit wide. No contact yet on those stones in the front ring, and this one is going to go past everything and through the rings. Well, of all the options on that shot, that was the one you wanted least.
Yeah, that's unfortunately just a completely wasted opportunity, which you know, you kind of get in that situation where you're looking for the setup shot. I think sometimes you get ahead of yourself. You've got to make the one that's right in front of you. And there's quite a bit of rotation on that rock. It ran very straight.
Just heard Sarah Anderson and Jamie Sinclair talking about the shot tolerances, Anne.
Yeah, and basically what they're talking about is the ideal location. It's not exactly, you're not talking about how to miss the shot, but you're talking about the kind of depth of field that you can make the shot. And for USA, it's deeper into the rings.
Saw Sarah Anderson pat her brush in the back 8 foot.
Yep.
We saw 15.1 on a split time draw earlier in the end on a guard. Let's see what Jamie Sinclair does. If she's thinking back ring, we should be looking something in the 14-second range, I'd be guessing. Sweepers are really working it. They do not want to leave this one high in the rings. No, they seem to be caught in between. Brush it hard and then back it off to leave it higher. Oh my goodness, have they left Japan a potential double takeout here and maybe get a pair or maybe 3?
I think 3 is going to be tough based on the angles. It's not impossible, but you're going to want to throw as... Yeah, so this is when the sweepers are saying we we cannot get to a 9. And a 9 is the back 8-foot circle. And that they can't get there.
You're kind of in no man's land as a sweeper in that position because you know you don't want to set up a double takeout.
Yeah.
You know you don't want to put it on the tee line. Let's see, Ikue Kitasawa with an opportunity. She missed her first one, but a chance here. If she can make a double takeout, Japan could score 2.
She looks a little tight, but these girls are really working this. Do they have the line?
There's 1, there's 2, double takeout for Japan, and Japan scores 2. Great shot by Ikue Kitasawa. USA left the door open. Kitasawa took advantage. It's a pair for Team Japan. They cash in with the hammer in the first end. Let's take another look. Great sweeping, holding the line. Catches both red stones. Top stone biting, and Japan scores a pair to open their account in the first end of this one. Terrific shot. After one end of play, it's Japan 2 and the USA no score. Center guard up for Team Japan here in the second end of play at the LGT World Women's Curling Championships.
And USA, I believe, is going to try a tick shot here for Monica Walker to open the second end. Maybe it's just a direct corner. Yeah, so they're just looking to create double corner guards. Get that Japanese rock off the center line. They really got to hold the line here.
Just past the center guard, but weight light enough to keep the stone in the ring, so it will go back 8 foot. 5 rock free guard zone being played this year in World Curling Federation events.
Yeah, it's a new rule, so teams are really kind of still figuring out exactly how they want to play with 5 rocks being able to be put up into the free guard zone before you can remove your opposition stones. It's interesting to see what's going on in the tactics and the selection. Each team trying stuff a little bit different.
Nice little hit and inside roll there by Ishiguka. Yeah, picking up on that end, and the 5 rock free guard zone, it really changes the game a little bit for the team with last rock, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it still leaves power with the hammer. It gives you that 1 extra rock in which to build your offense. That said, it also gives the defensive team 1 extra rock to build offense if they so choose.
But in theory, coming back to Monica's attempted shot, good logic there to set 2 corner guards because they both sitting in the free guard zone area if she makes it, and that's a beauty.
Yeah, and she tries it the second time and gets a wonderful result.
Let's take a look in at China versus Finland.
China is sitting count 1 in the back of the rings, kind of tucked around, and Skip Wang Rei has an opportunity to draw the 4-foot, maybe a little bit better than full 8 to get a second point. And her front end just taking care as it picks up the curl towards the house. And she crosses the logo, no problem. China takes 2 in the first end, and they're up by 2 over Finland.
China had a huge win yesterday in the opening draw against Olympic gold medalist Anna Hasselborg. So Wang Rei stating their intentions early in the tournament. Japan now lying 3. Corner guard up, though, for Team USA. They have the hammer.
And, you know, that 5 rock rule coming into play, you see Japan trying to combat that corner guard by drawing towards it in the rings, kind of stopping or blocking the path underneath it. USA is going to try and do a down weight, tap, and flop underneath.
Nice shot there, nice touch from Taylor Anderson. Just enough to nudge it through the rings.
Good job. Great shot, Taylor.
The idea of the 5 rock free guard zone is to promote just a bit more offense.
Yeah, and
there we see the Japanese bench. Coach Yusuke Morizumi, and if he looks familiar to you, if you watch the Olympic Games, he skipped the Japanese men's team at the Pyeongchang Winter Olympics. Now in a coaching role.
and that lovely down weight.
Coach would be pretty happy with that. And there's Canadian coach Brian Cochran.
Yeah, he's got a kind of a tough week this week. He's got to be in multiple places at once. they need to clone him, but unfortunately, that technology is not yet available. And
we don't have a multi-Brian yet?
yeah, and Brian has to leave Team Sinclair midweek in order to go back to Canada and play the senior championship, which is an important championship for him. He's won it 2 times.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure of competing against Brian. Pete Fenson's always here as a backup, of course, if Brian heads away.
The women's national coach for USA.
So, tap, 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 tap for Team USA. Another one just eased through the rings. Would have loved a tiny corner of cover behind that corner, but
yeah,
not quite.
just to hide a little bit. You can see from this angle, USA trying to get their stones underneath that rock that's out in front of the scoring area. And Japan doing a fantastic job preventing that from happening.
Yeah, good shooting from both teams early in this one. This one's taking its time. Now it's making a move. Matsumura looking on. And again, good touch and control from both teams. That down weight hit. It's really come into favor in the last 5 years or so in. Teams really like throwing that board weight. You get a lot of control with the brushing.
Yeah, even less than board weight. I mean, that's just enough weight to remove that stone from the field of play. It's so delicate, and it puts so much control into the sweeper's hands. You're able to hit and manipulate the rock to hit in such a specific location that way. It's a beautiful part of the game.
It really does bring every player into every shot. Sarah Anderson looking to pile on a bit of offense here, trying to duck one around.
Trying to drag this. This stone looks significantly light.
And it does come up short of the rings. Disappointment for Sarah Anderson. Yeah. Great chance now for Team Japan to set up a force and maybe a steal. They've talked over a few options and they settle on a center guard.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that there is so much congestion in front of the rings. USA is going to have a tough time getting in there. And
see the red rocks on the left, that's blocking off one path.
Yeah, I mean, you could go wide and around, but they haven't played that yet.
Matsumura just checking with her teammates. They're all making educated guesses early in the game about this path because it is a newer path.
Yeah, they threw similarly down this path in the last stone draw before the game at the end of their practice.
Just looking to slightly cross the center line about halfway. Block the path in. That's a nice shot from Matsumura.
Yeah, that's full control of the center there to Japan.
Does open the door a little bit for Team USA to maybe go around, although Jamie Sinclair looks to be opening it up a bit.
So USA right now, they are no longer worried about trying to generate multiple points in this end. Yeah. They are trying to generate an opportunity to score a single point.
Sarah Anderson trying to open up the front. Gonna run it straight back.
And that is a bit disastrous as it doesn't change anything for USA.
Japan lying 3, all of them, well, 2 of them guarded. Great chance now for Japan, if they wanted to really go for the top 4 foot around the pile and really put the heat on Team USA. Almost anywhere down this path isn't bad, Ann. Deep's not great.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you don't want to slip behind the tee line. That's the one way that would let USA kind of off the hook. but ideally you'd like to be just top 4 to full 4 underneath cover.
Ikue Kitazawa, fourth stone thrower, made that fantastic double takeout for the deuce in the first end. This is the first draw that she's thrown. Let's see if she can find the top 4 foot.
This one's running a little bit wide on them. They've got to wait for the break point.
Starting to make a move now, but still flirting with that outside corner guard. Might just feather it. Gonna sit high, leaves themselves lying 4.
Yeah, and this forces Team USA to the other side of the ice. Good news is there's still quite a bit of room in the scoring area for USA.
Jamie Sinclair should be able to get to the 4 foot.
Yeah, she should be able to get to the 4 foot. We know how these stones finish, and then if she can do that, all of a sudden, the 2 might be back on the table.
The skips deuce.
Yeah.
Bruin.
Gotta get a piece of the floor, guys. A couple feet more than my last.
Jamie Sinclair. Anchorage, Alaska.
Yep, that's where she was born.
Now living in slightly warmer climes, but a native Alaskan.
Taylor! Where is it? Line's good! Roof!
Taylor Anderson, Monica Walker trying to keep this stone moving. They know they want a piece of that yellow 4 foot circle.
Oh, they've got to work this hard.
Trying to drag it as far as they can. They're not going to get shot, but they want to get second shot at least. And they do, just biting the 8 foot. Jamie Sinclair was just looking for about 3 more feet of weight on that shot. Nice brushing there by Anderson and Walker. Cuts the damage down, but still a good opportunity for Japan to get a second one in there. Got a few options. Tap, go through the hole. While Japan's lining this up, let's sneak a look live at Canada versus Germany.
Yeah, Chelsea Carey's got a little bit of a delicate situation. Canada is sitting shot on the back of the button, and she's got to navigate that yellow Germany stone that's sitting on top of the button in order to score her 2. A little too heavy, she sits on the wide side, and hopefully she gets right into the center of the rings. They're working hard to hold the line.
Can the Canadians get a second point in there? No, it's just going to come up fractionally light, so looks like a single for the Canadians. Ah, steal of 2. Well, well, well. Let's look in at Denmark and Russia. Alina Kovaleva.
Делайте вес, линию можно даже. Свип, свип. Все отлично, отлично, отлично.
Nice little navigation job there from Kovaleva. For a pair for the Russians.
Спасибо.
And a small correction on the Canada-Germany score. Canada did, in fact, score a single point.
And Team USA is looking at a fairly tough little draw. They're navigating this port. They
Facing
need
2.
full 8, full 4 foot.
Are they by the guard?
They
Feathers.
get the little tick.
And it is a steal. A steal of a single point for Japan.
Good weight.
Jamie Sinclair, good weight, just feathered the guard. Nice setup shot, but there from Kitazawa, a little angle tap left Jamie Sinclair a very tough draw. It's a steal of 1 for Japan, so after 2 ends of play, it's Japan on top 3-0.
って言ってたの。でも上がってた意外と。なんか形が良ければ3で。逃走だったら逃走で入らそうだったら近く3の方がいいね。Mine's really good. 15-1.
Nice, Rochelle.
Good judge. Nice
Good.
wiggle.
Asumi Ishiguka gets us underway in the third end. We are live from Silkeborg in Denmark, the LGT World Women's Curling Championship. Hans Fraunlob here with Ann Swisshelm and Team Japan. Not really well known coming into this event, but boy, oh boy, have they started with a bang here.
Yeah, and it's not only you know, they're kind of a mystery to all of the other teams out here. They're a very young team, maybe kind of a surprising win coming out of Japan this year to be at the World Championship. But they are executing at such a high level. You can see they've got an experienced Team USA up against it in these early ends. They've got the 3-0 lead, and they're really just keeping the pressure on USA at every single shot.
Well, a good example of it here. No fear shown by the Japanese. They show the center guard, and now Ishiguka being asked to go around it. USA throwing the corner guard, so more fireworks to come here on end number 3. That's what we like to see, rocks in play.
Yeah, and Team USA would like to see a couple of more made shots. They, their back end and Sarah Anderson and Jamie Sinclair are struggling just a little bit so far in the early ends. Good news for USA is that it is the early ends, and there's a lot of game left, and scoring opportunities you know, will come if teams are willing to keep rocks in play.
Well, good opportunity here as that stone just sneaks past the tee line, so a chance for Team USA to cozy one up in front. Monica Walker. Early in the game, Ann, but this feels like a very important end for Team USA.
Yeah, they really need to get some momentum. They need to get some energy. They seem a little quiet. They seem a little careful in their communication.
Let's quickly update some of the scores for you. Russia leading Denmark 2-0. Canada 1-0 over Germany, and China 3-0 over Finland. Japan 3-0 over the USA in our game. Let's go back to Team USA.
Yeah, and the team that played last night, they were loud. They communicated really consistently up and down the sheet through the whole shot. The team you're hearing most today is Team Japan. And that's the team you're hearing most on the scoreboard, too. You said it earlier, Hans, no fear.
Yeah.
Just no fear. They're going to come down. They're going to use your rock against you and take control of the top of the forefoot.
Really closing up the scoring area there with that free shot. Very nice stone by Team Japan. Taylor Anderson.
Pretty good.
Stop 8, 6. Little heavy.
Well then.
7.
Well then.
Just freeze to it. 8.
This feels like one of those games from Team USA's perspective. It's one of those ones that you feel like you kind of have to just grind it out.
Yeah, and that's actually what ended up happening to them last night against Denmark, needing to grind out the win, and they had to do it in 11 ends, and that's going to show kind of your competitive fortitude, your emotional strength. These games are never going to be easy. They're long, they are grinds.
You're at the World Championship. It's tough.
Yeah, and the 13 best countries in the world are all vying for that same championship.
そこにはまってもいいしって感じ。
So the yellow stone belongs to Japan. That's the stone on the button, but the American stone right in front of it. That's the danger rock for Team Japan. Seina Nakajima in the hack.
Lightweight kind of tap or take out.
Again, this delicate down weight, tap weight shot by the guard. Maybe overcurled a fraction, but pretty good. Pushes the American stone to the back of the 12-foot circle.
The double stands in. I like the corner freeze on the button.
Yeah, that overcurls quite a bit. I think they wanted to hit almost nose, just the inside of nose.
Maybe 3/4, but yep, just pops across. Gets the job done though, moves the danger rock out of the way.
Do you like that?
Let's take another look at Denmark, Russia. Denmark, the home team.
Yeah, Madeline DuPont with her last stone. She's got a fantastic opportunity here. Needs a bit of a heavy draw. They're just cleaning. That's a good sign. Get the tap on the Russian stone, get it out of the 4-foot, and
Oh.
that's 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, the crowd lets you know that one, to the delight of the crowd here in Silkeborg. Madeline Dupont cashes in a 3. American stone coming up just short of the rings.
Wow, and that is,
Not great.
no, that is a very difficult error for USA to recover from. You can see that now there's a staggered guard for Japan. That way is blocked for USA.
By the staggered guard end, so that just means that the USA can't really use their own stone.
Yeah, they can't run anything directly back into the pile. You have to play multiple angles on an already difficult angled shot. And
Chance here for Chiaki Matsumura to add to the pressure. There you see those stagger guards, yellow, red in front of the rings.
yeah, and they really need this rock to move.
Trying to cover a little bit of the path on the left-hand side of our picture, but just gets across the center line. Still leaves that stone available for Team USA if she wants to play it. Jamie Sinclair says that's enough. Let's open up the front.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden, though, now that they created a secondary stagger that might help USA.
Sarah Anderson trying to do a little blasting here. Open up a path to the shot rock. Doesn't really want to leave her guard there, but she'll be happy about moving 3 stones out of the way. Very nice shot.
Yeah, and now this means Japan needs to come kind of in the rings here, really tight.
Nakajima with the brushes. Looks like she's thinking short of the rings. China, Finland.
Yeah, and China is sitting count 1 and 2. Good news for Finland. They've got the last rock, and it's in the hands of their skip, Ona Kauste. She needs to draw a little bit better than the edge of the 8-foot. She needs full 8 to take her single point. Pretty wide open shot for Finland.
Finland earned their way here by virtue of the world qualifying event.
And that's
nice.
A beautiful draw. Stops right in the 4-foot. Finland makes a little bit of headway on China. China's got the hammer when they play the 4th.
It doesn't look too happy about that, but I'd be pretty happy about drilling the tee line against a couple. Nice shot. China, of course, the other team that got their way here via the world qualifying event. First time ever. 2 spots in the field qualify in via the world qualifying event. The other teams get here via European, Pacific, Asia, or America's representation regionally. Big weight here again from Anderson.
Yeah, and Sarah had a bit of a wobble coming out of the hack and just never quite gets online because of that. Just a challenge in her energy coming out of the hack on that last one.
So Japan with a stone on the button. Here's Canada, Germany. Canada with a single in the first. Daniela Jentsch.
Yeah, she has an opportunity to tie this game up. She needs the 8-foot.
Germany had a win over Latvia in their opening match.
Yeah, and Canada lost its opening match last night to the Korean team.
Kim Min-ji.
Sweepers working really hard. They've got to get to the 8-foot. Looks like they do. And just for fun, let's put it all the way down onto the 4-foot. Well swept.
Now we're showing off. Nice shot. Sehr gut. Single point for Germany. That one's tied up.
Yeah, and our feature matchup, it is really all Japan right now.
Where's position A on this one, Ann?
I think half checked underneath the USA center guard. You want to be top 12, half under.
So no reason to get greedy here and think about going for the lid.
That wouldn't hurt you.
And well by the guard. They want to get a little bit behind cover to take away a double takeout attempt. Maybe not going to curl enough.
Yeah, that stone is available to run back and maybe pick the yellow one off the logo there in the center of the rings.
Flirting with a bit of danger, though, because you're running the opponent's stone in, and bad stuff could happen, too. Let's listen in.
I like that. This is what else? I think this is cool. There's this, there's that.
I think edge of rock.
Edge of rock. You got it.
Hard to tell for sure, Ann, but it did sound to me like they want to play that front stone onto the yellow. Nose it straight back? Is that the call?
Yeah, I think they're trying to open things up a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe put another US stone in.
Curl 2 inches.
If it curls a little bit and you get the dead run back, you might create something really good in the rings for USA, but
Jamie Sinclair. Looking to rattle it around a bit. Well, that changes things a little. Japan still lying 1. Does open up the shooter a little bit more.
yeah, for now, but Japan's going to do its level best to to block access.
Let's take another look at Team USA's clearing shot.
Again, I think they just missed the sweep call. I'm not.
Yeah, there were a lot of rocks to move there, to be fair.
And they kept the shooter out front, and I think they left a little bit too much around. There was the chance to open up both sides of this house.
Yeah. Right now, it's only the left-hand path that's open as we look at it from our overhead.
And maybe not for long.
No, Ikue Kitazawa trying to take that away. Interesting thing here will be, where do they want to leave this one? Looked to me like they were thinking 4-foot. This one's tracking wide, however. Sweeping it to try and promote a little bit of curl here. There's no line yet. Well by that guard. Going to come to rest, just fighting the 8-foot. Out counting the American stone in the process. Not a bad shot.
No, and I think it leaves a fairly risky shot for USA as the only option.
And that risky shot, nose double, pick off the yellow. Is that the call?
That is the call. And, you know, you hit on the high side in any way.
Yeah, you could drop a bundle.
Yeah, but...
Got to play it, though, don't you?
Yeah, the Japanese back end here, yeah, they are looking pretty happy.
Oh, yeah.
They've set up a really good end, made shot after shot, and forced U.S. skip Jamie Sinclair into a very difficult precision shot to score one.
Yeah, very tough shot. Has to hit this one just off the nose on the outside, straight back to try and just score a single point. Can they make it? There's one, there's two. Great shot by Sinclair. Clutch shot from the American skip to score a single point. Terrific shot by Jamie Sinclair.
Good job. One red.
No problem there, says Skipper.
Good sweep.
Let's take another look. Look at this. Had to hit it exactly in that spot to pick it off the stone in the center, leaving her own shooter on the button. Possible game saver there from Jamie Sinclair. Terrific shot. So the USA hanging in there. Single point after 3 ends of play. It's Japan 3, USA 1.
There are rocks in good spots. So good end. Let's do it.
日本選手権ぐらい。
だから今のこの間でキュッとしておいて最後に余裕あった方がやりやすいかも。タイムもあるけどね。
Hard finish.
Hard finish. Gotta go. Yep.
Play underway in the 4th end here at the LGT World Women's Curling Championship. Our feature game, USA versus Japan, on Bounce round lob here with Ann Swisshelm. Possible game saver there by Jamie Sinclair, and terrific double takeout.
Yeah, and I think you're right. It was a game saver. Granting Japan one more point, edging up to a 4-point lead would have been just kind of demoralizing as well. It just takes the energy from you. And now you've got the chance to dictate the play with that opening rock, and you can see USA through a center guard. And now Japan's got a bit of a mistake. They slip to the back of the rings. And now USA gets a chance to decide how hard they're going to go for this force or steal.
Yeah, just steadying the ship a little bit, Team USA. And very experienced team. You know, they executed really well in that situation, and they knew that was really important, but they didn't really over-emotionalize the whole thing, if I could use that non-word.
Yeah, no, that's fair. You can't get too high, too low, or too low in this game. We've talked about how long these games are, and the focus required to, you know, perform end after end. And USA needs to dig a little bit deeper. They've had some performance issues. Their rock placement has not been ideal, and Japan is outplaying them kind of head-to-head up and down the lineup so far. And with that big shot from skip Jamie Sinclair, you know, USA's got an opportunity here to put things back on track for themselves.
See the red stone in the front of the rings belonging to Team USA, the center guard. Sumi Ishiguka, lead player for Japan, 76% for the tournament so far.
Yeah, we see those percentages. Those are, you saw Monica Walker's was at 89%. That tells you something about Team USA. Team USA usually gets the opening rocks in beautiful spots, but they just aren't able to capitalize.
Oh, nice little shot here from Ishiguka. Delicate down weight again, just easing the American stone through the rings. Very nice.
Yeah, and she sits on top of the button. Great throw.
Just half behind that center guard. Japan with the hammer here in the fourth. Taylor Anderson, 77% early in the tournament. Just by that guard. Nice shot.
I think so, yeah. I'll give her a hair more. Hack.
Both of these teams with a victory in their opening game. Watch how close this comes to that center guard. Thanks, sis. Holding the line straight on that one. Nice shot. Brushing and good brushing technique, such an important part of this sport, Ann.
Yeah, and there's a lot of techniques that you can use to hold the line on a stone.
That stone Japan jams.
To help a stone curl.
If you're brand new to curling, it's not just decoration. The brushing can carry a draw shot.
Might be a little fresh out here.
About 3 to 5 meters on quick ice, and can also keep the line of a stone a little bit straighter. That's what the brushing's for. Sarah Anderson, of course, does an awful lot of sweeping. She plays a lot of mixed doubles curling with Corey Dropkin, and that one's just going to maneuver to the back ring. Taylor Anderson looking on.
Yeah, and those are the kind of shots, those simple, wide open hits and rolls that USA needs to execute with higher proficiency if they want to come back and take control of this game.
So the redstone just off the back and has to just be touching the scoring circle to be able to be eligible to score. Seina Nakajima, 79%. Japanese skip throwing at the second position.
And she might have actually set this one a little wide. It is gonna get to the object rock, but not stick around in the rings.
Some good chance now for Team USA to use that center guard.
Yeah, top 4.
Let's take a look back to the first end. Final stone here, Ikue Kitazawa. Tough double takeout to score at 2, and she made it perfectly. And that gave Japan an early 2-0 lead. They've carried that lead into this fourth end. They're leading this one 3-1. And Japan has last rock.
Top 4, line's good. Just top 8. Okay. Go, guys, go!
Good looking stone here.
Good.
And that's the kind of shot USA really needs. The wide open shots, those simple execution. Jamie Sinclair is going to have an opportunity to force Japan, potentially even steal a point with shots like that. The setup's beautiful now, and it ups the level of difficulty and the pressure on your opposition.
Chiaki Matsumura, Japanese third, 82%. And that's really what this game's all about from a tactical perception, isn't it? It's just really trying to make your opponent spend 2 shots for one that you throw.
Yeah.
Matsumura with a good-looking stone here. Gets a piece. Is it going to push it out of the rings? Yes, it does. Nice shot by Chiaki Matsumura. Japan answering just about every question being asked of them so far this morning.
They really are. There is absolutely no doubt that they are playing delicate weight, up weight, and standard draw weight.
Let's take a live look in at China versus Finland.
Yeah, Finland skip made a beautiful little tap back underneath the center guard. But Wang Rei skip for Team China with the wobble has a double takeout, and it could be for a handful. She needs this to curl. And she gets it, and it's a score of 3.
Wow.
For China. What a shot. Wei Rang increases her team's lead by 3 points. They're up 6-1.
Here's another look. That double takeout by Wang Rei. And there they go. China leads that one 6-1. Center guard up for Team USA.
Yeah, and I think what Team USA is learning is that this home end here, that so long as Japan is playing that just through the ring takeout weight, they're able to navigate around a single guard with great proficiency. Nothing is safe.
Nowhere to hide. So, do you think that might make them alter their strategy around
you're
guard placement?
You're going to have to change your strategy. You're going to have to make something tighter. You're going to have multiple guards up front. You're going to have to risk other rocks in play when you don't have last stone advantage.
Jamie Sinclair, 66% for the tournament. Trying to get this one under cover. A little inside flop, doesn't quite hide it. Sits at the back of the forefoot, and the USA lies 1. Team Japan in this situation, you're probably thinking blank if you could get it.
Yeah, and the blank is definitely available to you. All you really need here is a hit and roll to the outside. Rolling under doesn't serve your cause very well. USA will draw right down on top of you and limit you to a single point.
Ikue Kitazawa, Japanese 4th stone at 80%, trying to get that little outside roll. Not laying a brush to it yet.
Yeah, it's very wide. I don't know that this is going to hang around.
Oh, well, this one is in fact going to spill out of the ring, so it's a free shot here for Team USA around that center guard.
ウェイト悪くない？
1個目が曲がんないあんまり。
Japan just opening the door slightly for Team USA.
Yeah, it's like probably 4 feet faster than the pack control.
Position A, top 4 foot, and
Yeah, top 4 foot. You'd like to be full 4 if possible. Sarah Anderson, the third for Team USA, just played this path with her last stone. So everyone should have a good idea what the rock should look like, what the speed should be.
we'll run the split time for you. We'll time the stone between the hog lines.
Right out of hand. Monica Walker says light.
Line's good, Mon! Always Mon! Top 4! Wait, close!
Line's terrific. How's the weight? 14 and a half on the split. That's not far away.
Go! Hard!
Really working this one, trying to drag it into the 4 foot if they can. And well swept. Walker and Anderson, great job.
Absolutely extraordinary brushing from release to stop.
Monica gonna refuel after that one. A well-deserved beverage after that coast-to-coast sweep. Great job by Walker and Anderson on the brushing. But they'd say that's what we're there for. Sweep them all day if you're gonna throw them there.
They're happy to do that. It's when you don't get to play
Yeah.
that it frustrates the sweeper.
Please let me sleep. Please let me sweep. Tough shot here for Kitazawa after that terrific draw by Jamie Sinclair. Last stone coming up for Team Japan. Is she going to try and tap this one through the ring's hand?
It looks like it.
Tough shot. She
They've
can
seen
only
it a
see
couple,
a corner.
but they've seen this shot a couple of times. This is tracking on her. Might be a little heavy.
No
It's got
contact
a
yet.
lot of moving to do.
No contact yet. I don't think so. It's going to go by. It's a steal for the USA. Terrific come around draw. Kitazawa just a fraction wide on that downweight takeout attempt, and Team USA is right back in this one. After that tough double for the single point, they come back with the steal. After 4, Japan 3, USA 2.
Weight's really nice. Three. 2.5.
What you say? Line's okay.
Welcome back to the Silkeborg Sports Center, venue for the LGT World Women's Curling Championship. Our feature game today, Team USA taking on Team Japan. Hans Fraunlove here with you, joined by Ann Swisshelm. Japan out with an early lead, but the USA fighting their way back into this one, and the first sign of A little bit of wobbles from Team Japan.
Yeah, finally, a couple of misses in a row lead to a steal. You know, the third end, USA skip Jamie Sinclair had to make an extraordinary shot for a single point. By the fourth end, because of a couple of misses, it was really just a draw she needed. A well set up center guard and a draw. And now the pressure seems to be shifting a little to Team Japan.
Yeah, you can just feel the momentum shifting a little bit here. We've talked about that third end being so important for Team USA. You feel like this fifth end is important for Team Japan.
Yeah, and it's the last end before they go into that half-point break, where they get 5 minutes to talk with their coach and refuel and rest a bit. It's always nice to have a really solid end to go into the break with.
Mine's tight. 6, 7. Mine's tight. Mine's tight. Only line.
Now we're hearing a little bit more chatter from Team USA.
Oh, yeah.
You can feel the lift.
You can feel the energy. It's getting a little bit more with each shot.
Nice shot there from Monica Walker, just pushing the Japanese stone to the back ring.
Everybody just making sure they understand the shot selection, what's required from the player throwing the stone, and that the sweepers know where they want to go.
Let's sneak a live look at Denmark versus Russia. Look at all those Russian stones in the rings facing Madeline Dupont.
There's quite a few of them. Good news is this is a fairly routine draw. She's got that counterclockwise rotating shot. She wants to put it close, give it to her sweepers, let them land it in the 8-foot.
Working it pretty hard.
Yeah, but that's only if they started halfway down the sheet. Should be no trouble. And there it lands, right on the logo. Denmark takes a single point and gets the lead back.
Nice round of applause from the hometown crowd here in Silkeborg. First time there's ever been a World Championship hosted by Denmark.
Yeah, and that pressure we were seeing, that might be hitting Team Japan. They had a miss while we were taking a look over at the Denmark-Russia game. But USA came had a little misplacement with their guard here, the second guard. The double peel is pretty routine.
Nakajima again, this one looks a little bit wide. Enough weight though to get those stones moving. And it does open up the front. 4 sheets of action going on here in the morning draw. Let's take a look at Canada-Germany. Chelsea Carey lining it up.
Yes, Chelsea Carey getting ready, just settling herself in the hack. So all of a sudden that one starts curling like crazy on Team Canada. But not enough to get the tap.
So she was gambling a little bit there with a little bit of extra weight, thinking maybe she could score 2, but it's a steal for Germany.
Yeah.
Canada in tough early in this tournament. They're looking to bounce back. Nakajima. Japan looking to do a little bouncing back of their own. Having a bit of a speed wobble here in the last couple of ends. Let's see if Skip Nakajima can get one in there. This one's going to be on that center guard. Not quite the wheels falling off, but definitely not the execution that we've seen from this Japanese team early in the game.
Yeah, there is a definite shift, but that said, USA is needing perfect guard after perfect guard after perfect guard the entire end.
That's tough.
It is a tough run of shots. The identical shot over and over again. Different rocks, different players. The ice changes subtly between each shot.
Sarah Anderson trying to throw that guard.
Take a look.
4, almost 5 means that rock's going to be all the way into the 8-foot.
A little deeper than they would have liked, setting up a possible double takeout for Japan. Looking to hit this one right on the nose.
Yeah, and Japan might even get risky and just
go across the top and get cheeky.
A single hit and roll under the corner.
Oh yes, set up a 3.
You know, this is still, they've got quite a few rocks left. Still 4 rocks left to play. The double would be great, but as I said, those perfect guards are hard to place time and time again. An ice that curls so beautifully.
Really working this one. Matsumura a little bit inside. Can she get the double? No, might even pick off for one at the back. It just goes by it. Leaves themselves lying second and third shot though, so a little danger here for Team USA. Those stones accumulating on the fringes. That can be how big ends happen.
And wisely, Team USA is not going to let that happen. You can't leave those hanging around. You know, you've got that shot stone sitting right there in the center of the rings, placed so beautifully, but these extra stones building up on the outside ring.
Yeah, you've just fought yourself back in the game, and the last thing you want to do is drop a 3. This one rolls across the rings. It's an awkward angle for Japan. If they're thinking double takeout, they'd have to play it really thin. Just looking at hit and roll on top of the shot rock end.
Yeah, and this is a new spot on the ice. We have not seen a shot here, so it's the 5th end, and we haven't seen a takeout down this spot. There is a couple of options for Team Japan. Even getting to the nose of the object rock is fine. The hit and roll on top would be ideal. If it happens to slide wide, you could play a skinny double, but this kind of weight, it's going to be getting to nose.
Oh, just by the guard. They're going to jam the back one. Yes, they will.
Now that was not, well, ends up working out beautifully.
Got away with one there, Team Japan. Just nudged it to that stone in the back, but just hit it thin.
I think the guard's
Japanese stone at the back survived.
I like that.
Yeah, so you just heard Sarah say, do you like the guard? And Jamie Sinclair says the guard is too risky.
Yeah.
She knows they pulled down that lead. You know, they're within a single point. They don't want it to bump back up to 3-point lead for Japan.
Yeah.
Limiting Japan to a single point in this end is really important for USA.
Man, you love the guard if you make it perfect, but it's hard.
That's what I was thinking,
And if you don't make it perfect,
you're looking
open
at
up
3.
the door. Yep.
And 4-point deficit.
So Jamie Sinclair playing the percentages here. Just a bit of follow the leader, going down the same path. She has less rock to hit, though.
Yeah, she's throwing a little bit more weight.
Oh, nice read there by Anderson and a nice stone by Jamie Sinclair. Sits up beside her own shot. So
How was that, Sarah?
maybe a double takeout here. A bit awkward.
Yeah, I think there's a double takeout available for sure.
Is it
You
going
know,
to jam at the back?
I don't think so. And if you're Japan, you can't really worry about
No.
that. You just want to move these off the forefoot. You could play a hit and roll on top, but that seems to be a harder shot and unnecessary at this point.
できるだけ
And if you can get both USA stones out of the rings, you're going to be sitting for sure count one, unless you throw a rocket and it spins up and off. But
Japanese bench looking on. JD Lin, Suki Morozumi. This has got rocket-like tendencies here. A lot of heat on this one.
And a lot of rotation.
Ba-boom.
And there you go. It spins up, and did it spin off?
Oh, spin back, spin back. Yes. Oh, how about that? Wow. Double takeout spun all the way across the house, off the rings, back on the rings, in front of the American Stone. Let's look back at Germany, Canada.
Yeah, so Chelsea Carey and Team Canada, they have set up a fantastic end. It's so good that all it requires to finish it off is a wide open takeout, hit and stick. You don't have to navigate anything real hard, real clever, and it's just that simple on your last shot to take 4.
Wow. Huge confidence builder for Team Canada, Chelsea Carey. Really good end. We heard Chelsea Carey saying it must have been. It's 4 points on the board for the Canadians, and they take a 6-1 lead in that one. Or apologies. No, that will be a 5-2 lead for Canada. Tough to find a great spot for this one, Ann.
Well, Jamie's recognizing the danger here of all of those little biters that are outside the rings. Playing the higher stone, she's got a couple of options. She's got to make contact with it.
No contact yet. Is it going to get contact? No, it goes by. And it will be a draw for 3 for Japan. Jamie Sinclair trying the takeout, but first trip out to the wide side of the sheet, little extra weight, didn't curl, and it's a miss for Sinclair, and a great chance now for the Japanese to score a 3-point end. Those little biters, those stones accumulating around the fringe of the rings.
Yeah, proving to be absolutely deadly for Team USA in this situation.
Kui Kitazawa with a fantastic opportunity to grab control of this game if she can hit the paint. We'll run a split time on it for you.
7、8、8、9かな。
Sweepers don't look that concerned.
ちょっと止まってる感じないわ。
It's got all kinds of weight. Is it going to stop?
押したくないね。
Don't
Yeah,
know.
it's just flying.
Is she going to lose the stone at the back?
OK。
Oh boy, talk about using all of the rings. That is a 3-point end for Japan. We'll just wait for the players to confirm it. Yes, indeed. Wow. Ikue Kitazawa, little heavy with that draw, had some backing. You don't often use backing at the back of the 12-foot, but it's a 3-point end for the Japanese. At the midpoint of this one, it's Japan 6 and the USA 2. Last stone at the third end for USA's Jamie Sinclair. Has to nail a tough double takeout to score a single point, and it is a beauty. Fantastic shot by Sinclair to keep the Americans in this game. Jamie Sinclair trying to use the center guard. Put the pressure on Japan. Great brushing by Taylor Anderson, and Monica Walker dragging that stone in the top of the forefoot. Perfectly buried. Great shot. That sets up the steal. In the fifth end, Japan's Ikue Kitazawa has to draw one into the rings to score a big end. This one's looking a little bit heavy. Slides deep. Nudges the stone at the back of the 12-foot, but it stays on the rings for a huge three-point score for Japan.
Get back in this game. Make them make a shot.
Okay.
Quick update of all of the session 3 games. Denmark leading Russia 4-3. Canada with a 5-2 lead over Germany. China leading Finland by a 6-2 count. And in our feature game, Japan leading the USA 6-2. Second half of this game is underway. We are live from Silkeborg, Denmark. Hans Frauenlob here with you, joined by U.S. Olympian and Swiss Helm.
Yeah, it is a fantastic morning for Team Japan. It is, they have kind of out-executed and outmaneuvered Team USA. You've got your accuracy stats. You can see Monica Walker for Team USA is setting up almost every end.
Right here, guys.
And then Team USA is having a couple of miscues along the way throughout the end and just not able to get the rocks into the controlled positions that they need.
Nice corner guard there coming into your living room. Good shot there by Monica Walker.
I just never want to super in because it just mopped.
There's Monica.
And she's just been a very steady performer. She seems very comfortable out there. And Hasumi Ishiguka having a really nice game today, upping her average accuracy by a little bit, getting better and better with each stone she throws.
And it's really different for every athlete, isn't it? And some players really just pick up the ice early in the tournament and ride with it. Others kind of ease into it and find it as the week goes along.
Yeah, and you have to wonder, this is a rookie team here from Japan. It's not like they have a huge book of knowledge on playing at an arena championship like this, on the world stage. They've had a couple of successes this season. Obviously, the Japanese National Championship, and that at a tour event in Japan and their hometown. But really outside of that, Team Japan's book of knowledge is very, very, it's a short story. But this morning, it's all they need.
It's a good story.
Yeah, that said, Team USA with this 5-rock rule, they've got the hammer here in the 6th end, and they should also have it if, you know, all things go to plan. That last stone advantage again in the 8th and the 10th end, and they can make a comeback into the scoreboard.
Well, here are the percentage comparisons, Ann.
Yeah, the head-to-head stats really are very, very close. There isn't anything statistically significant between draws and hit percentages. Really, the difference is what shots they are making and when. A big double takeout from the Japanese 4th stones early, and then a miss by USA's 4th stones and skip Jamie Sinclair in that last end really changed the entire dimension of the game.
So this is a great example of the 5-rock free guard zone in effect. Under last year's 4-rock free guard zone, chances are Japan would have been clearing on that shot, but because it's now a 5-rock free guard zone, that's not an option for them, so they elect to throw it into the top of the 12-foot. So the USA 2 corner guards up and a chance to build something.
Yeah, and it's all going to come down to capitalizing on these shots here. This hit and roll. Taylor Anderson having a very steady performance in the opening couple of games here.
Jamie Sinclair intently reading the line.
9-5.
He's kind of on the nose. Leaves the stones in the back.
Yeah, USA wants those Japanese stones back there. They really do. Those stones can help them. They can hold the US stones in play. They can make takeouts more difficult. And this is an example here. Japan cannot hit this stone straight back and keep command of the center of the ice. They've got to hit it off on an angle. It will potentially block one of the corner guards.
Sina Nakajima.
Yeah, she throws these second stones. She calls the game for Team Japan as their skip.
So she'll have a pretty good idea of what this stone is going to do as it moves down the ice. Looking for a little inside roll. Clears the stones in the back. Nice shot. Japan lines 3. USA with 2 corner guards up.
Or the draw.
That's an interesting bit of input, asking about the draw. I wonder if her teammates were thinking about the draw behind the corner guard.
Sounds good.
Well, I think Jamie's starting to look at everything being her guards. There's back guards in the back of the rings. There's a rock in the top of the 12-foot. She's going to use that. And these are kind of, she's trying to distract a little bit for Team Japan. And once she gets a half shot out of Japan, then I think you'll see her go directly under one of her corners.
Right.
5 will go, yep. 5. Line's good. Just 4. Go guys,
This one,
go
they're
hard.
having to work this one really hard to get it to the rings. It's only going to be top ring. Good sweep for a bite.
Yeah, the problem is now that stone not being deep enough. You know, we had talked about the tolerance, and the tolerance there was probably back house. You need to create some space, and you need to keep access to that space open.
Interesting options being considered here by Nakajima.
She's all of a sudden starting to see her own rocks as trouble rocks.
Yeah.
ヒールは釣りヒールでいくか難しいちょっと角度が微妙だな
こっちでもいいけどね。
あ普通にここでいけそう
Looking
だ
at all the angles, it does look like it's going to be a play on the red. Question is, what turn are you going to throw? Seems to have settled on the out turn. The right-hander. Not a great move out of the hack there, Ann, but a good correction.
Yeah, it was a little sideways kind of motion to get that extra power.
She threw that one really hard.
And if you look at this setup, it is a wonderful chance for Team USA. Now there's access all the way in on both sides.
Let's see.
Here's this move out of the hack, a little sideways, slip, drift, push. Not quite as smooth as you would like, but done on the right way. She got everything moving.
Line's good.
as you pointed out, and left the Americans 2 staggered corner guards. So even though Japan's lying 3, a great chance if the Americans can duck behind these corners. Not laying a brush to this one. Line's great. How's the weight?
Yeah, if you can. Yep. Yep. Good. Good.
Just come to shot rock position,
Did I have
just
cross
past the
off
tee line.
Yeah, I think that was good. I got 4-0.
Would have loved that one maybe another couple of feet higher, but they're lying 1. It's fully behind cover.
Yeah, and I think Team USA is trying to pile a couple of stones under there if they can.
True.
You know, if you can get a half shot here from Japan,
Stack 'em
you've
up.
got some room.
Yeah.
So you've got to go back further in the rings. Now look at this number right here for the game. Matsumura playing 93%.
It's
Super strong.
A bit of follow the leader, trying to come down the same path as Anderson. Wants to sit in front of the American stone, but this one's going to slide deep. Gets a piece, nudges the American stone, rolls their own stone to the back of the 8-foot for shot. Who's second shot? It's pretty close.
Seems good, Sarah. Okay.
Big cluster of stones in the back of the rings, though. Great chance for the Americans to use that wall of granite to their advantage.
Yeah, you've got to like a team like this that's understanding of the scoreboard. Hitting's not going to help them. Drawing and putting rocks in play, that's how they're going to dig themselves out of this 4-point deficit.
Taylor Anderson on the inside sweep trying to hold the line, but this one is over curling and light.
Oh, it's just, I mean, that's 10 feet light. That's just, the sweepers can't save that.
No. So a bit of a let off for Team Japan. Needs to get themselves out of some trouble. Japan's already lying 1. They might even be lying 2. Pretty
Yeah,
close
it
to
is
the back.
possible that they're lying 2 in the back.
That's quite important in terms of their shot choice here, isn't it? They're lying 2. You might just split the rings, but if you're only lying 1, it might make you think about a different shot. Everybody in on the conversation here.
Yeah, and it really is kind of about what you're leaving for Sinclair and what level of difficulty will your next shot be.
Exactly right. As Ikuya Kitazawa makes her way down to the hack, the starting blocks, to deliver this stone. That's what she's looking at from the delivery end. See those corner guards, but everything deep in the rings. Kitazawa has made some great shots, but has had a couple of misses as well, but made the ones that matter.
Yeah, she's had a couple of misses of late.
Squeaking it by that corner guard. Yeah, that's where they wanted it. Top button. But is it maybe a stone the Americans can use in? We'll take a look in while we're lining that one up at China versus Finland.
And Wang Rei, sorry, is looking for a takeout. China's got the big lead. And she's making it even more significant.
Wow, that looked like a 4.
It looks like a 4, and that's what it is, and it's handshakes.
Wow. Big early win as Finland concedes defeat, and China, final score there, 10-2 winners. China moves to 2-0. Knocked off Sweden, now they knock off Finland. Tough on the Scandinavians, Team China. Big shot for USA's Jamie Sinclair, looking for the roll behind the corner guards. That's a fantastic roll, nice shot.
Yeah, super line call from Sarah Anderson in the house. absolutely perfectly manages that hit and roll thrown by skipper Jamie Sinclair.
Oh, that's a clutch stone there from Jamie Sinclair. Let's have another look.
Yeah. Getting her sister Taylor to do the hard work.
Trying to roll behind those corner guards at the top left of our screen, and it is perfect. Great shot. Nothing else for Japan to do than draw in front of it. There's no way they can remove it. Kitasawa. Important draw here for Team Japan.
It's got quite a bit of curling to do still.
Well, again, a little heavy with the draw. It's wide, no contact, going to push that back stone. Have the Americans got a shot for three here, and can they get to nose and maybe nudge that stone and wiggle it through?
Oh, they've got to really move a lot of granite. I'm not sure they can get that last thrown stone all the way out of the rings. You'd have
Definitely
to
a
throw
shot
it.
for two, though.
Definitely a shot for two, but you'd have to throw it pretty hard.
Yeah, I mean, you could hit and roll. This should outcount that if it's straight
I
stuff.
think it'll be close. I'd like to get nose.
Yeah, nose
That's
ideally.
control. Haven't thrown a ton this way, I guess that.
Yeah, I think it should move pretty nice like your last one. You got it.
And Jamie Sinclair, we just want to get to nose. Just trying to push that stone straight back.
Yeah, and I love the weight choice. Just board. That way there won't be any bounce back and up into the rings. You can see that that last thrown stone by Team Japan has a chance to kind of spin up and around.
Yes, could go all the way around the horn there on those stones behind it.
And what that danger would be, it would pop up into second count.
Yeah, crucial that the Americans get a pair here.
Absolutely. It's been hard fought and well set up. And now it's up to Jamie Sinclair to finish it out for Team USA.
10-5 left. Close. Yep. Oh. Yep. Hard. 10-7. Hard. Hard, Taylor. Come on. Hard.
Sarah Anderson urging her sister Taylor on the sweep, trying to keep it on the nose. And it does pop forward, but it is a count of two for Team USA. Very nice shot there from Jamie Sinclair. Crucial two-point end for Team USA.
Hard, Taylor. Come on. Hard. Yes. Hard, 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 hard.
Taylor Anderson with a mighty effort on the sweep to hold the line. USA counts two, and they're back in the game. After 6 ends of play, it's Japan 6 and the USA 4.
First cricket number. All right, down two. 9エンド目。ブランク。
本当は巻きたいエンドではありますか。簡単にいきたいね。
ランクでもいいぐらい。相手前を行ってきたら
裏には
普通に裏で。
それでダブルセンター置いてこないし。
普通にね。
昨日の試合よりも。
全然止まり方も違うし。最後。
高から伸びて。
見てても止まらないっていう。
みちゃんね。
ね。
Attempted center guard coming up short for the USA's Monica Walker as we get play underway in end number 7 here at the LGT World Women's Curling Championship live from Silkeborg, Denmark. Hans Fraumab here with Ann Swisshelm. Man, you've done a lot of coaching at the 5th end break. You'd be looking at that 4 down and you'd be telling your team, get 2, and then force 1, and then get 2, and then force 1, and then get 2, and then force 1. And then you get yourself to an extra end that way.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You know, at this point, score being much tighter, USA's got to do a little bit of simple work. They do need to steal at some point.
Whether it's the extra ender before that.
Yeah. So
Kind of similar. This is in the good stuff.
I think
Where's in the good stuff?
the ideal end to
You rock.
kind of steal would be the 9th end,
Yeah.
based on
Fine, guys. Line's fine.
the math.
2.5.
But
That
here's a
Deuce
better
is-
shot
Yeah, that
for Monica.
Deuce has got them back in the game, hasn't it? Let's take a look in at Canada, Germany.
Wow, and it is all Canada around the center of the house. And Daniela Jens skipped for Team Germany's got a very difficult ask here. A double or triple takeout in order to score. Maybe she's even just trying to limit the score. Can't make it happen, and ultimately Canada steals 2 points. And they've got a 7-2 lead after the 6th end.
So after some early game wobbles, Chelsea Carey and Team Canada roaring back into control of that one. Our feature game, USA-Japan. Japan with the hammer here in the 7th. They're leading it 6-4.
Yeah, and this is going to be all about, I think, some patience for Team USA.
Yeah, I mean, that's not doing much.
Taylor Anderson, Jamie Sinclair talking about the shot options here.
At some point, USA is going to have to go for it. That's
Yeah.
a little bit what they're thinking. It's obviously tough in this end with Monica Walker's first shot not getting all the way into play. So you're already down kind of a stone this end. But USA needs a couple of guards. They've got to generate a steal or a force of a single point. And the way you do that is being patient. You've got to be a little risky.
There's the 2 center guards stacked for Team USA.
Yeah, that's a super setup.
Decision time now for Team Japan. It's pretty tempting to kind of go hard, use the guards, try to put the game away here, but you're a 2-point lead on the scoreboard, and you can scorch yourself that way too, can't you?
Yes.
And to quick look at all the games here, Denmark and Russia tied up at 4 on sheet A. Canada 7-2 over Germany. China won 10-2 over Finland, and our feature game here is Japan leading USA 6-4. Trying to double clear the centers. Oh, very nice shot by Nakajima.
Wow, that is
That's hard to do.
that is near perfect shot.
Double-
Absolutely makes the double peel. Watch this. So the shooter comes in, just nicks the second USA shot, and the shooter rolls for a corner guard.
And there was lots of separation between those
Wow.
guards. That was a terrific shot.
Fantastic. You got to wonder
Yeah.
if one of the run-back kings of the universe taught him that in practice.
Exactly. Yosuke Morozumi never saw a big weight takeout he didn't like. And yeah, absolutely right, Ann.
Oh my gosh.
He would have been proud of that. So good chance now for Japan. That center line nice and open for them.
Yeah.
Great chance here to generate a pair.
They're just going to look to hit and roll to the open side, create some separation for their stones in the house, and force USA to get even extra riskier.
curling to the nose, just nose hit. Japan lies 2. Yeah, a deuce isn't fatal for Team USA here, but it would be a mighty mountain to climb. Japan knows that too. I'm saying 2 would be great. They'd love to get a 3, but 2 would be brilliant from the Japanese perspective. Sarah Anderson. Trying to hold the line. Going to get the inside roll behind that corner. Nice shot there by Sarah Anderson.
Yeah, that's a lovely shot. It is open on the outside or wide side of the sheet, but
much tougher shot though for the Japanese.
Yeah.
Have to navigate that guard we see at the top of our picture. There's a great look. She can get to it, but hard to see her making the shot and saving her shooter at the back.
Yeah, I think the idea for Japan is to throw a control weight and get to the inside edge of the U.S. stone.
Chiaki Matsumura.
Because there's a little bit of space between the U.S. stone and the Japanese stone in the back of the rings.
Nothing yet. It's going to get to nose. It's definitely going to jam, but it does spill the American stone out of the rings. Nice shot there by Matsumura.
Yeah, and the shooter ends up directly behind the corner guard.
And great result for Team Japan. Sunday morning here in Silkeborg, St. Patrick's Day. Nice crowd out here, enjoying the first ever World Championship in their country. Long guard at the top of our screen. Sarah Anderson being asked to go around that.
Yeah, she's looking to bring her stone right down to the corner, touching the Japanese stone.
Call that a corner freeze.
Go, 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 go!
Freeze one stone on top of the other one. Good looking shot. Can they hold the line for shot? Oh, don't know. I think Japan is still line 1.
Oh, they are.
So close to perfect.
Curled so much.
You could hear Sarah saying it just curled so much. The weight was ideal. See the pad of the brush, that's where they'd like the stone to come to rest. Draw it away from those shot rocks. Japan saying we're lying 1. Let's just leave those ones alone. Let's see if Chiaki Matsumura can put one in the back of the forefoot. Big early sweep.
Yeah, even T-line would do it.
Just don't want to leave it high to leave that cross house double. Exactly where she patted the brush. Nice shot there by Chiaki Matsumura. Japan lies 2. Now there's no inside roll for Team USA to get to shot rock position. A little bit higher. USA might have been able to roll to shot. She might be able to get to shot, but maybe not under cover.
Or you do this. Or she hits and you hit again. Or freeze.
I can freeze to that now. She blasts, I freeze there.
Yeah. Or yeah, you freeze and she picks it, then you have the same freeze again.
Yeah.
It just, that corner makes it a little.
Right.
Here they're taking 3 shots ahead in.
Yeah.
I mean, nose is no good for us. Even if she knows it's still not steep enough.
Yeah.
So I think you'd have to play, if you're gonna hit it, I think you try to roll.
What are you guys thinking?
Either the hit and roll or freeze.
Yeah.
Do you have a preference?
I like the freeze, honestly.
And if she blasts it, then I
Yeah.
can.
Then what do you do
then I
though?
can do
Then you
this.
freeze on your own. Or come around. Yeah. Yeah.
And if she picks it, I have the same freeze.
Right.
She was here on hers.
Do you like
Yeah,
that?
pretty close.
She has a lot of
Plenty of
rotation.
time on the time clock for Team USA.
I think we need to pair more ice.
Looks like they've settled on the freeze end as their option.
Yeah, and that was great work running through all of their options, what they're looking to accomplish, and most importantly, what they're going to have with their last shot.
No, in this inside track, yes.
I heard them talking 3 shots ahead. We'll do this. If she does that, we'll do this.
But there's been rocks, so
Yeah. Right to it, right on nose.
Jamie Sinclair attempting the freeze, wants to sit directly in front of that Japanese stone in the back of the forefoot.
should be there.
7, 8. Roll. 7. Roll. Okay, line 5. 8. 8. Easy curl. 9. Not on it. 9.
Oh, this one's looking a little heavy, that 13.8.
Wanted the freeze, but this one is going to slide by and deep. Will it even stay in the rings? No. As well it does. It sticks around the back of the 12-foot, but leaves Japan line 2.
Now it's Team Japan's turn to run through their options.
It's kind of almost a deal where you almost want to throw it through. There's not a lot of great places to leave this one. You can give USA an out shot. Let's take a look in at Canada and Germany while we're waiting for Japan to decide.
Yeah, so Germany is count 1, and they've got a pretty wide open draw for Daniela Jens.
And this would close it up to 7-4 if Germany can make this one. Canada in control, but Germany trying to get back in the game.
And the rock comes right into the rings. Boy, they are working it hard, and they drag it just far enough. And it'll be a score of 2 for Germany, and they do tighten that scoreboard up a little bit. Canada with the 3-point lead and the last stone advantage as they head into the 8th.
Great sweep there from Annalena Jentsch and Clara Jimena Foam on that one for Team Germany. Japan now lying 3. And how big do you roll the dice here if you're Team USA?
Well, Jamie has elected to play the double and roll, looking to just tuck half of her shooter underneath the corner guard. Because remember, there's a rock just outside of frame, up high in the field of play. And if she can tuck just part of it underneath there, you know, she'll force a tough shot for Team Japan on their last.
So, on the one hand, she's eliminating some danger by the double takeout, but with the stone being a little bit higher, the angle's a little bit better for the roll, and she might be able to get some cover.
Yeah.
Big shot here for Jamie Sinclair. USA wants to save their shooter. How far is it going to roll? No, it's going to roll to the back of the 12-foot. So she does eliminate 2 Japanese stones, but it is a free draw here for a 2nd point for Japan. They're already lying 1. Just need full 8-foot to cash in their pair.
Yeah.
Kitazawa struggled a little bit with her draw weight though, in, so this is by no means automatic.
Yeah, she just threw it though. That's the
Yeah,
upside.
that's true.
They just played this path. She should have a great command on the speed of the ice. Her sweeper should know how to give her the most accurate information. And remember, we saw Jamie Sinclair throw down this path. A 13.8 went to the back 12-foot. So you're looking about 14.5.
Sweepers are saying it's got plenty. 14 and change. It's got a bit of steam. Will it stop? Will it stop? Will it stop? It's going to slide deep. I don't think it's going to stop. It's into the back of the 12-foot, so it's only a single point for Japan. Opportunity missed there for the Japanese. Free draw for 2 slides deep. It's only a single for Japan. USA staying alive in this one. Japan lets them off the hook. They score a single after 7. It is Japan 7 and the USA 4.
時間もあと5分弱ずつあるからさ。
3点差。
5分弱。あ、ないわ。間違えた。3分10秒。
ちょっと早めで。
Yeah, but either on your second one, either another corner or around. And then deal with the center on those. Just probably a bunch of freeze taps.
Yeah.
Right? Sounds good.
Score 2.
Good.
First stone of end number 8 here, live from Silkeborg, Denmark at the LGT World Women's Curling Championship. I'm going to look at the comparison. Lead position, Monica Walker with a solid edge over Asumi Ishiguka.
Yeah, Monica's just had a fantastic game. She's a steady player. Kind of one real missed shot throughout the game. Her rock placement's been great. I mean, obviously it's helped by the sweeping and the broom placement of her skip.
Heard the teams in the inter-end huddle talking about throwing 2 corner guards here, so that's one of the 2 corner guards Team USA is looking for.
Yeah, and at the second one will be, they'll be looking to put it directly opposite and level.
5 rock free guard zone for USA, with Japan only scoring that single point there in the 7th. Still very much alive in this one. They get a deuce here. Force Japan to 1 in the 9th, take a pair in the 10th, we go to an extra end. So Team USA, they're still in this one.
Yeah, and Team USA is happy to steal a win as they did so in their opening game against Denmark. That said, they need to get things going here.
Well, with those 2 rocks stacked up the center, Jamie Sinclair electing to go around that corner guard right now. Monica Walker.
Yeah, she can't take the risk of that path being blocked. And she knows that they can't remove the corner guard yet.
Let's look in live. It's the home team, Denmark versus Russia. 2 Russian stones on the 4-foot end.
Yeah, this is not an easy draw by any means. Russia has that button, that center part of the ring surrounded. Madeline Dupont and Team Denmark are going to need a precision draw.
Like a miracle shot. She has to get a piece of the button.
Half onto the button, bisecting the tee line. And this all-important 8th end for Denmark.
Looks light. And
disappointment and frustration for Madeline DuPont. She gives up a steal of 2, and Russia's got the 2-point lead as they head into the 9th end.
Well, let's see if Denmark can fight back in this one. Russia with a big steal of 2 there in the 8th. Japan with 3 stones lined up not far off that center line.
Do you guys like drawing around the center? I don't really care.
USA tried to come around the corner guard, came up short, so there's 2 corner guards stacked up for Team USA if they want to use them.
I just don't want to chase them, you know? We get there first. We can talk about it. You want to go down there and talk to her, Sarah?
Seemed to me the players at the throwing in end were thinking, well, we got the corner guards, let's use them.
Yeah.
I just feel like if we go top 4, like then we beat them there. But like, yeah, I like utilizing our corner, but I feel like if we do that, they come under.
Yeah, these are bad news for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jamie's kind of going through so many of, you know, you don't go
options.
through just the opportunities that you've got, but you've got to look ahead and look at where the trouble rocks are, where the danger lies for your team. And, you know, Skip Sinclair does not like the 2 centerline rocks for Team Japan.
Yeah, they're definitely very usable for Team Japan. They're lined up. Japan could run them. Team USA also knows got a deuce in this end.
Yes, they have to score 2 points here at a minimum.
Good looking stone here for Team USA. Great shot.
And beautifully thrown. Well swept. We've got the head-to-head, and it's pretty tight between the 2 players. The real difference is obviously going to be that 96% on draws for the skip and second stone player.
She's being asked to throw a draw right here.
And this, she's at 96% for this game on this type of a shot. This is a super call by this team. Play to her strengths.
Stone's got some curling to do. There are corner guards out there impeding this path. Is she by them?
No, she's not.
She feathers the outside of the corner guard, sits up on center, blocks up that center line, but not what they were looking for.
Yeah, and this creates a really difficult decision for Team USA. It's a staggered port to try and get through with the draw now. And if you pile things, any more rocks under the center, it makes the run back easier. You've got a bigger target.
Or you could.
They have one back 4, right? Oh yeah, they have one.
I think you do have to play that, right?
This way?
But she said come down.
Jamie Sinclair says, come on down for a chat. This is important. Want to make a good shot choice here. Monica Walker says, you girls go and talk about it.
Anywhere
I'll
in the
stay
back
down
four
here.
here is not bad, but it's tough.
Yeah, this is also really tough.
That's not there.
Well, we do have hammer. We could open it up a little bit.
Yeah, but there's not even a good way to do that.
It'd just peel this way. I don't like peeling, really. I don't know. I like this.
You just got to be behind ours.
Yeah. But then they just come and sit on us.
Yeah. You could do that too. I just don't know what it
Yeah, I
gets
don't know
us.
how we'd ever get that to be shot. I don't know. Because it's only my second. Like, we still have 5
Yeah, I know.
rocks.
USA still has a timeout to use and plenty of time on their time clock.
Just the peeling options have so many jam
You
possibilities.
could
on our own.
crotch those and keep our shooter there. Rather ours than theirs, right?
Yeah. You don't think you'd rather hit this one first, right? Like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I don't hate that.
Give us some more options.
I think that's easier than this.
Yeah, I do too.
I think it's the draw, right?
What?
Now Monica
That
Walker
way
coming
we'd have
in
to
for
draw back 4 foot
some
and
input.
face it up.
That's fine.
Yeah, this is a little late for Monica to come down. I'm just gonna.
Okay, so if we do this,
I think we draw.
they try to
like
draw. Okay.
Yeah,
Doesn't this
and
just help them though?
I like it.
Okay.
opening it up. You know, and I think it
Taylor,
was the
this is the
comment from
one-
Sarah
this one
Anderson.
first.
We're only on my second. We're still in second stones. There's a lot of rocks left to play. And USA needs to be a little bit patient and
You got this.
try and get a better setup.
Yeah. Ordinarily, when you're trailing, you don't like clearing guards, but in this situation, at this point in the end, they're saying if we can just hit right in the middle of those two Japanese stones, leave our own stones sitting there, we still get a guard, but we get rid of the stones that they've got that they can use. So she does move the 2 stones, rolls her own stone for a 3rd corner guard in the top right of our screen. Opens it up. Wanted to kind of keep her own stone sitting there blocking that shot rock though.
Yeah, it over curled a little bit, and now this leaves the run back here, and it's a short run back, but the worst thing that happened for USA is kicking the 1 yellow stone to choke the corner guard. That
means you have to come way around the wide side to even think about using those corner guards, and Japanese stones out counting them. So let's see what Chiaki Matsumura does. Trying this short run to try and pick off the American stone, but there is a big risk of a jam in the back. Does jam the back, moves 2 stones out, leaves her own stone sitting top 12 foot. So now here's a chance for the Americans to use that corner guard in.
Yeah, and there's a couple of ways to use it. They can hit and roll. They can just draw
Top 4 weight.
through that port.
Right there. You got it.
Well, game on, folks. Team USA with a chance to set up their end with a good shot here.
7, 8, 8. Good.
Looks like it's just a straight draw.
6. Yep.
Oh, and that rock looks like it's slowing down just a ton. They're going to be able to get through this port.
Got to get by that stone in the top ring. It's just going to over curl and nudge it. Leaves themselves sitting on the center line. That's a usable stone. Matsumura with the edge over Sarah Anderson in shooting percentage.
Yeah, and the draw percentage is dramatic, actually. They've each thrown 6 draws. One's near 100%, the other's at 50%. You've got to be able to make your draw shots in this game.
Let's take a look at Canada versus Germany.
So Germany's got a stone tucked into the button, and Chelsea Carey needs to pick it off. She can see about a corner of it. And,
a big corner. A little corner. That's
yeah.
well hidden.
So a back line to hack weight shot.
Tough shot.
So they need it to curl. They're having the outside sweeper.
Gotta go, 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 go. Go, Sarah. Go, 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 go.
Did she get it enough?
Almost. Did we get it?
I think it's 1 for the Canadians. It's close though.
1 red?
It's really close.
Yeah, 1 red.
It's 1 red. What a shot.
Wow. Got it done. Single point for the Canadians. That takes
Yeah.
that 8-4 lead after 8. Big shot there.
Yeah, fantastic score in the 8th end. That really important.
All the way up. Go, 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 go.
And our feature sheet.
Hard. Hard. Go, 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 go.
Again, just a fractional light sitting higher in the house. They were trying to wrap around those front stones.
Yeah, Sarah just not connecting with the speed of the ice today so far.
Is Japan looking at hitting right in the middle of those 2 stones as Sarah Anderson refuels? There's a chance for the Japanese to remove both American stones. We see some of the fans colorfully decorated in the background here in Silkeborg. Interesting angles. USA does have last rock. They're playing the Red Stones here in end number 8. Is it just a little yellow tap in? I can't quite see for certain what they've called here.
They're either playing a tap, which is maybe a little aggressive given the line score,
Or just
or a
removing the red.
takeout
Right.
on the red.
Right.
So
Does look like the hit on the red. Has to make sure she gets by her own stone in the front, though. Cannot wreck. Oh, nicely played. Removes the American stone, rolls off the rings. Safe play there from the Japanese. Good call.
yeah, it does open up that side. You know, I think even hitting on nose was probably a better way to go. And now we've got that head-to-head comparison. Pretty close on the draws, pretty close on the hits. The edge is going to Jamie, but again, it's about when you're making it
Right on
and
tee's fine,
which
too.
shots you're making, not just the raw miss and make. It's the timing of them that is so critical.
And this would be a great time for Jamie Sinclair to wrap one around.
Yeah, and she's got to use the staggered yellow stones in front of the rings to her benefit. And this, it looks like a rocket out here. It's really wide. It's out on the shelf.
Yep. Had to come wide to get around those stones in the front rings. Sits in the open. The weight was okay.
Yeah, but that stone is 2 feet open. That is just a significantly wide. You can see how open that is.
So straightforward shot here relatively for Team Japan.
Yeah, you know, if they hit right on the nose, Jamie might have a trick shot available to her with her last, an up weight. Doozy of a shot, actually. I'm kind of hopeful that Japan hits right on nose and we get a chance to see it.
Chance to see those angle pinball shots.
Yeah.
The stones on the top
But
of the rings.
Japan's going to try and hit the inside and roll in.
Yeah, Japan.
Make sure there isn't a pinball shot, but this looks just about right on nose.
Yeah, so Japan lies 2, and is Jamie Sinclair tempted to try something a little
No.
acrobatic here? He just said, no, let's take the one, keep ourselves alive.
Yeah, and you never know what you can set up. One puts you within 2 points of Team Japan.
Yeah, you knew you were going to have to steal an end somewhere along the line. So if you're going to steal one, you might as well steal 2. Has to make this one first. Big shot coming up for USA's Jamie Sinclair.
Closer to a 10.
Okay.
Just got a lot of house to roll to on the inside. Just can't afford to hit it on the high side. Good looking stone here from Sinclair. Right on the nose, single point for Team USA. Hits and sticks, USA keeps it alive. They were looking for the deuce, couldn't get it. Had to settle for a single point. Good force there for Team Japan. They will take the hammer into the 9th end with a 7-5 lead.
Figured out tolerance.
What was the weight on that? 10. 9, 7, yeah.
1 and then a 3? Yeah. Do you carry what turn?
Welcome back to the LGT World Women's Curling Championship. We are live from Silkeborg in Denmark. Our feature game this St. Patrick's Day morning in Denmark is Team USA taking on Team Japan. Japan is leading this one 7-5.
And it has been a story of rock placement and kind of missed opportunities. Japan had a huge opening end that kind of set the tone for their team. Their fourth stones made a beautiful double takeout, and they've pretty much been on it ever since. Even when they've had a couple of half shots or missed shots, Japan has really kept control.
Yeah, I think so.
She goes with the attempted tick shot, a little bit heavy there. Bows to her teammates, saying, I'll get it next time. Monica Walker. But you're right, Anna, if you think back to that fourth end when the USA was kind of building a little bit of momentum, then Japan came right back with a 3 to grab control again.
I'm good. 2. Marcel, go. High 2. No. Gotta go.
USA will be looking to stack the guards here. They're going to have to steal their way to victory.
Bounce it off. Gotta go. Hit stop bouncing. Gotta go.
Yeah, this is not the best guard placement. Getting it even, it's a little bit better. They wanted those fully separated, stacked on top of one another. But there's still a ways to go before they can be taken out of play, so.
Yeah, still in the free guard zone part of the end, so Ishikuka is being asked to draw one into the rings. We'll take a look at the split times on this draw for you. Wherever you're joining us today, hope you're enjoying the action. We'll be here all week at the LGT World Women's Curling Championship. Championship will conclude next weekend. Let's look in at Russia versus Denmark, the home team. Russia leading this one 6-4.
Yeah, and this end, Madeline DuPont's got a draw once again, but this time it is an open draw to the house for a multiple score.
So this could potentially put the Danes in the lead.
Pretty good.
She makes this one. Listen to the crowd.
Yeah, they should be pretty happy. Looks like they're just taking care of this. And then we're going to see, is that top one on? For sure they've tied it up.
Definitely a pair for Denmark. We'll confirm that score for you as soon as we're able.
Yeah, and it's a measure to see if the biter is on.
Okay, so they've at least tied it up. They might have the lead. We'll let you know how that measure turned out. So now Japan can clear those center guards. The free guard zone part of the end is over. Tough double clear, though. Tough to remove both of them.
Yeah, and I think it's about, you know, hitting as thin as possible on one and popping over the face of the other and getting your shooter out of the way. It's a lot of momentum coming here.
There's that Morozumi-like weight.
And
Coach,
there you go.
It's perfect.
Just that simple.
Fantastic shot there by Saina Nakajima. Double clears and spills her own off the rings. Fantastic. Perfect shot. So time clock's in the background. Each team's got 38 minutes of thinking time to use to complete their shots. No clock danger for either team, and both teams have still got one timeout in their pocket. Nice center guard. Japan immediately looking to clear it.
And the simple peel is well executed. Team USA's goal is pretty simple right now. Get a guard up in front somewhere. And then at some point, they are going to have to make Team Japan look at 2 shots and 2 shot stones in the house and hopefully get a mistake.
USA clawing and scratching, trying to stay in this game.
Say let it die. A little bit, a little bit. Yep. Good.
Well, there's the confirmation on that measure, Russia versus Denmark. It was only a pair for Denmark, so that top stone was not on the rings. They're all tied up. We'll keep an eye on that for you. Japan trying to clear center guards now. Chiaki Matsumura. Catches it thin, but with that kind of weight, that's all you need to do. Gets it to the sideboard and out of play. Job done.
Yeah, that ends up being perfect on the stat sheet.
Yep, 4 out of 4. Never in doubt. Sarah Anderson.
Mine's good.
13 member associations competing at this LGT Women's Worlds. Top 6 will advance to the playoff phase. The number 1 and number 2 teams proceed directly to the semifinal. In their qualifying games, 4 plays 5, 3 plays 6. The winners of those games advance to the semifinal. From there, semifinal final scenario, winners advance to the gold medal game, and the losers of the semis play for the bronze medal. More conventional clearing shot there from Matsumura. A little more contact on that front stone. Same result, perfect result.
Same result.
4 out of 4. 2 perfect
Or we
clears.
guard, she straight peels, and we have to get shot. So
Yeah, and I don't think, I think we play the hit and roll.
she'll blank.
I
she'll
mean,
double
it's
blank.
more likely
Problem for Team USA, Japan's lying 1.
to end up staggered.
At some point,
Yeah,
you're going to have
that's
to deal
just
with
an
that.
easy blank, right?
Yeah.
I lean towards the freeze.
I think so.
There.
Nice.
Just try to get a hair low side.
Yeah.
Yeah, and after
You
their
got this.
discussion, Jamie and Sarah have decided that the way to deal with it is to freeze to it.
So this is a setup shot.
Yeah, this is a setup shot. Hopeful that Japan throws a takeout and spills their
Not as bad
own
as
yellow
last time.
out of the back of the rings, and then you can throw a guard on or maybe do something else
Top 4.
with your last.
We'll sneak a peek at Canada versus Germany.
And again, Canada has Germany up against multiple stones in the rings.
It's kind of a game shot here for Germany's Daniela Jentsch.
Yeah. And even if she makes this, it's a draw to a little bit better than full 8. She needs part of the 4. She's still looking at a pretty tall mountain. She's got to make this one. Got to get around.
Clips the top.
Does it spin for shot?
Ooh, that's close.
It does.
Germans think they've got it. Canadians aren't so sure. No, they're
Yes,
conceding
it's
to
one. They close the gap, but they only close it a little bit. Canada has a 3-point lead and the last shot advantage as they head into the 10th end.
Well, that's a pretty good place to be for Chelsea Carey and Team Canada. In our game, Jamie Sinclair's attempted freeze came up a little short.
Yeah, that over curls a little bit and it's just a little light. It was swept pretty much the entire way down the sheet.
Interesting call here, though. Japan looking like they're trying to hit the left of the 2 stones.
Yeah, this looks like a double to me.
Gonna have to catch that top one pretty thin to make it, though. It's makeable, definitely. eliminate one of the American stones, leave the other American stone sitting there for Jamie Sinclair to use.
ごめん、ボードが頭から離れてなかったよ。失礼。
We get a little roll inside.
Yeah, try to get the 5 to go half under this one, and the shooter stays there.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, she'll have that short little run.
Yeah. And you're thinking like control
Or you can get rid of them both.
throw the double and then
Yeah.
she has a hit for one. Yeah.
I don't know. It's better. If she's not going to miss, that's in Kimmy, right?
Yeah, I mean.
Short run and try to roll the staggers.
Yeah. I mean, if we just.
That's wide open.
Yeah, I mean, if we just try to tap this and stack right in front, and she has a double.
Yeah, but you got to move this
USA
all the way.
still has a timeout to
fully.
use.
We can call
Oh.
timeout if you want.
I was thinking about totally removing it.
Oh, okay. You
Other
said
players
top.
keeping
Oh
an eye
yeah,
on the
sorry, I
clock.
meant tap that into that, but yeah.
We don't have a ton of time here.
Oh yeah.
I kind of
Okay.
lean towards double and
Double this.
lay 2, make her play something.
I like Jamie's instincts.
Firm,
Make her
half
make a
her
shot.
off.
You got it.
Okay.
Good communication on that one.
We need to go here.
Yeah.
So after all that discussion, sounds to me like Jamie Sinclair wants to just run the red straight back,
But wait.
just a little bit off nose, leave herself lying 2 in,
Just try to roll everything over to
roll
Taylor's
everything
side.
over.
Yeah.
Yep! 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 Hard! Hard! Hard!
Can they hold the line? Well, leaves herself lying 2, so she is in fact.
Almost gets the double as well. She's hoping to get that Japanese stone all the way out of the rings.
Very nearly did. Couldn't do too much better than that, Jamie Sinclair. Good throw. But a chance here as Seina Nakajima holds the brush for Ikui Kitazawa. If Kitazawa noses this one, double takeout, Japan would score 2. Made a great double takeout in the first end for a deuce. That was a little angle double takeout. This one has to be pretty much right on nose. Here we go. Lots of rotation. Players like it. And that's why it's a double takeout for Japan and a 2-point end. Nice double takeout there from Ikui Kitazawa. Clutch double there. Deuce for Japan. And USA concedes defeat. Japan are our winners on Sunday morning here in Silkeborg, Denmark. Double takeout clinching a 9-5 win over Team USA. Japan remain unbeaten. Hugs all around for Team Japan. They know that was a big win. Team USA, one of the favorites in this tournament. Disappointment for Jamie Sinclair and company. They'll be looking to bounce back. But Japan claim the victory here at Women's Worlds. Take a wave to the crowd. 9-5 winners here in Silkeborg.
最後の何秒あ、7.4だ。割と早いんです。少し。
Impressive performance for this young Japanese team. Seeing some of the depth in Japanese women's curling. This team defeated Olympic bronze medalist Satsuki Fujisawa to represent here. Last year we saw Tori Kohana's team competing at Women's Worlds and Curling World Cup events. And now a third Japanese team showing their skills at the World Women's. Let's take a look now. We'll move over and pick up on this intriguing game between the home team Denmark and Russia. They are all tied up at 6. A little bonus curling action for you from here in Silkeborg. As we pick things up here in the 10th end. Russia's got last rock. Denise Dupont. Denmark has to steal.
Ja, den skal helt derned, piger! Yes, kom nu med endnu! Ja, den skal helt derned!
Trying to freeze up to the Russian stone in the button. They're just feathering the center guard. They leave their own stone sitting front 8 foot. Might be usable for them. Yellow stone belongs to Russia. Russia also looking to move their record to 2-0.
Между. Попробуй. Да.
Anastasia Brizgavola, Russian third.
Что, шутер, куда-нибудь попробуйте оттереть?
Нет, нет, нет!
No,
Поднять,
immediately,
поднять!
says Brizgavola. Removes one Danish stone, pops her own to the right-hand side of the center line as we look at it. But leaves guards up. Denmark must steal this end. Somebody's going to win this game. Doesn't look like an extra end brewing here. They're tied up at 6. Lots of rocks in play.
Så det kan godt være, det er sådan en, der hedder sådan her. Og så åbner op til det.
Denmark's called timeout.
Jeg kan ikke sporet
Schmidt
herovre,
joins them
den
on the
her,
ice.
der sejler. Det mener du? Du synes ikke, at vi skal skubbe til det der? Altså, bare lige rulle der. Sådan der. Og så er der en mulighed næste gang. Nej.
Den er der nu.
Ja, men den er der jo nærmest ikke i det spor her.
Det kan jeg ikke vurdere.
Nej,
men altså, den er der nu, også selvom den ikke kommer derind. Det skal vi jo gøre et eller andet. Så kan du skubbe næste gang. Måske den der. Så det er det, I har.
Ja, okay.
Det der ligge, vil jeg sige.
Det er kun fordi, at altså, du skal komme ud med en 10'er-fart ud af hakket. Og så stopper den stadig herude et eller andet sted.
Det er selvfølgelig svært. Men
ja. Okay.
Hvad er der ellers?
Okay, jamen det var det, jeg tænkte. Så, altså, så skulle vi skubbe til den der rulle over åbent her, ikke? Så vi... Ja, det er så... ja. Ja, okay. 14,5. Lige ud.
Coach Schmidt makes his way off the ice surface.
Fordi min, den sidste, den havde ikke god retning. Den fik i midten af 8 fod, den jeg spillede der. Ja, den kørte for mig. Ja. Denise!
Vi er altså herude. Vi andre fik
second
her.
stones, but she holds the brush for Madeline Dupont's skip rocks.
Det var ikke lige helt rigtigt, for den på samme is som din, den sidste. Ja, jeg hørte bare lige, hun sagde et eller andet, vi andre fik her eller sådan noget. Ja. Den var samme is som din, den sidste. Som jeg føler havde en god retning.
So we are down to skips rocks here in the 10th
Det var
end.
sådan noget korttidsmæssigt, fordi 14,5 kan ikke bruges til noget dødt spor. 92.
Madeline Dupont.
Hvad havde du på min sidste herude? Jamen, der havde jeg 0,4 på. Okay, jeg kan bedre lige 85, end jeg kan lige 95 i hvert fald. Okay.
Throwing a setup shot, trying to set something up for her final stone.
Retningen er god. Plads. Ja, lige nu køler den ikke. Nu rykker den så selvfølgelig heller ikke.
Knudsen and Dupont just watching this one. I think it's heavy. Yes, it's going to slide deep and right through the rings. She looks really surprised by that one. So now Team Russia. Single point will do it for you, and that's the stone sitting on the button.
Зачем? Так а если мы привезем просто?
Problem for Russia is if you hit the stones in the front rings, you open up a freeze attempt for the Danes.
Просто.
And if you throw one in the rings and you don't make it perfect, you maybe give Dupont a double takeout to get rid of the shot rock. So there aren't many great places for the Russians to throw this. Now they're calling timeout.
Да, просто если мы не уберем, она нам сюда фриз и все.
Если мы что-то хотя бы оставим здесь.
Coach Jigorminen.
Да, нам это ничего не мешает сюда. Да. Нам просто закрыть ей подвоз.
Здесь открыт. Ну и она пробьет даже, у нас полностью зона для привоза.
Да, ну мне нравится полуберри. Да, мне
Ладно,
нравится
давай
даже больше вообще вот сюда
Мне
прям
нравится
фриз.
сюда, если что, ошибка будет.
Да, фриз вообще супер. Нет, наш никуда не денется. Она не перевалит начало дома. Если что, сюда.
Да.
Brizgavla shows us where they want the stone to come. Front forefoot, half around the top center guard in the 12-foot circle. Risky shot, though. Risky shot. If you don't make it perfect, maybe you open the door for DuPont to make a double takeout or get to that shot rock. Right now, DuPont doesn't really have much of a path to that shot.
Давай чуть-чуть
Alina
побольше.
Kovaleva gets set to throw this one. This team defeated Anna Sidorova's team in a best-of-7 Russian Championship playoff to earn their right to be here this week.
Да, мне кажется, надо вес, девочки. Вес очень надо. Вдвоем.
Ниже нельзя!
Надо вес!
Свип! Давай, 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 давай пониже!
Big sweep here
О,
from
все.
Kuzmina Narsenkina. Not going to be in the rings. It's going to come up light, so DuPont is going to get one more shot at it. She was heavy with the draw attempt on her first one. This time she just has to nail it on the pin. I don't really see any other shot she's got. Shot is there, but she's going to have to make it, throw it cold and get it there perfect. There we see Julie Hoch. So that's where it's got to go, team. Right on the pin.
Hvis det er nogen trøst, så må den gerne klikke op.
Madeline DuPont
Gerne klikke op i dag.
reaches the hack.
Den klikker bare.
Pretty cut and dried. Make this one to keep it
Hvad tror
alive.
vi helt seriøst?
Don't make it,
90?
game over. Great look from our overhead.
Yeah.
Trying to get it right on the letter G of the LGT logo in the button area. The pin is available. Struggled on her draws in this game, but
Hold i gang.
no bigger draw than this one right here.
Også på linjen.
Plads, plads!
Hvor er den?
Tons of line, tons of weight. I think this one is going to be heavy. Yes, it is. It is a single point to Russia. They're not going to have to throw their final one. That clinches the victory for Team Russia. Alina Kovaleva with another victory. 7-6 is your final. Russia winning it over Denmark. Smiles and waves from Team Russia with another victory. USA skipped Jamie Sinclair in the sixth end with her final stone. Delicate shot to try and score a pair, and she makes it perfect, keeping Team USA alive. Eighth end now for Sinclair with her final stone. Forced to take a single point here. Needs to hit and stick, and she does. Single point for Team USA. In In the ninth end, Japanese stone just on the edge of the screen. So a chance here for Ikui Kitazawa to ice this one with a double takeout. Big weight, hits it perfect. A pair for Japan to clinch the win. Japan take this one over Team USA. Final score, Japan 9 and the USA 5. And that wraps it up for session 3. Let's go through all of the games. Russia, 7-6 winners over Denmark. Canada, 8-5 winners over Germany. China with a convincing 10-2 victory over Finland. And in our feature game, it was Japan 9 and the United States 5 from the Silkeborg Sports Center. And that's what it means for the standings. China, Japan, and Russia jump to the top of the table at 2-0. Korea at 1-0, followed by Canada, Germany, Switzerland, and Sweden at 1-1, along with the United States. Scotland, Denmark, Finland, and Latvia all looking for their first victory.
Congratulations on a wonderful win this morning.
おめでとうございます。素晴らしい試合でした。
ありがとうございます。
What are the key points to your victory?
今日の試合のキーポイントはどこでしたか？
今日の試合のキーポイントは難しいショットの時にしっかりチーム全員でコミュニケーションを取れてショットを決められたことだと思います。
We made difficult shots successfully with our teamwork and communications.
And what will you do to prepare for your game tomorrow or later today?
今日の、次の試合の、プリパレーション準備はどんな風にしますか？
次の試合も短い時間迫っているのでしっかり休みを取って次もしっかりコミュニケーションを取って試合に臨みたいと思います。
We'll take a list. We'll take a list, and we also have a good communication for the next game.
Okay. Good luck. Keep going hard.
Good luck, and これを続けていってね。
頑張ります。
So a very happy Seina Nakajima, understandably so. Japan moved themselves into first place with 2-0 record here at the LGT World Women's Curling Championships in Silkeborg. For my colleague Anne Swisshelm, I'm Hans Fraunlab. So long from Silkeborg.